What's up? We're live. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's episode is dedicated to great friend of the show and a longtime voice of Texas wrestling, um, professional wrestling legend, Mr. Rob Moore. Sadly, passed away earlier this week. He was a great friend of mine, great friend of the show, and a legend in the broadcasting and announcing world. Whether it was professional wrestling or radio, Rob was a real deal. Had a heart of gold, solid guy, always there for advice for me. Tonight's episode of the Bryce Boudreaux Show is dedicated to Mr. Rob Moore. So at this time, we'll have a moment of silence before the show starts. Thank you. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Bryce Boudreaux Show. My name is Bryce Boudreaux, and this is my show. If you're just joining us, Uh, we just did a moment of silence for great friend of the show and great legendary voice of Texas wrestling, a mentor, and overall just a great person, Mr. Rob Moore, which sadly passed away. Rob passed away earlier this week, and so if you missed it, we did a moment of silence for Rob, and of course shared a photo. This was me and Rob. This was WrestleMania weekend, a few years back, whenever WrestleMania was in Dallas. So 2022, I believe. So that's me and Rob. I was at the Ridgely Theater in Fort Worth, Texas. And that was the night that they gave him, I think they gave him some sort of Hall of Fame award. And then at the end of the night, he basically like told me like, well, you are, I can't really do a good Rob. He's like, you are the voice of Texas wrestling. And I was like, damn, thank you, Rob. That means so much. It was very nice of him to say that. And I really was at the time. I was working a lot in Texas, doing professional wrestling, and that WrestleMania week really was a lot of fun. Great memories back then. Talk more about WrestleMania here in a little bit, but yeah, just getting things kicked off here as we remember our great friend, Mr. Rob Moore. I believe Saturday there's going to be a day of celebration for Rob in Greenville, Texas. Um, I got to announce in the Greenville Middle School Gymnasium, which is a place that he got to announce multiple times whenever World Class was doing house shows. So really cool stuff. I knew I knew I knew Rob's health wasn't the best. I was completely aware of that, and you know, uh, sadly, Rob lost his life, passed away. I forget exactly what he was dealing with, but I know he was in a lot of pain. So no, he's no longer in pain. Um, yeah, Rob was a legend. He really was, and he's one of those guys you never heard anything bad said about. So yeah, loved him. A great guy. Always had great advice to give me. Anytime I'd message him, he'd always have just something good to say as far as wrestling advice. So I think everybody needs to raise their glass and give a toast to Rob Moore and play some Colin Ray because Rob Moore loved him some Colin Ray. big time. Love good Texas country. Colin Ray to be exact. Anyway, so yeah, tonight's episode of the Bryce Boudreaux Show is dedicated to our great friend Mr. Rob Moore, legendary voice of Texas wrestling and legendary radio guy as well. So yeah, anyways, it's going to be a great night. Rachel Hart, yes, I am aware. I actually have the game. I'm watching the game right now. We have the technology, by God, and I've got the game streaming on my iPad right here, and we're watching the game. Yeah, we're up 11-5 on Alabama. Great way to kick off the series. Good Lord, we need it after what happened against Auburn. Jesus Christ, should have never went down like that. But we definitely need a good win tonight to get things kicked off against Alabama with this series. So, yeah, absolutely. Anyways, who else is in here? Sam, what's up, Sam? Shout out if it'll let me bring you on here. I don't have a referral link. Why is it? Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. I'm trying to pop your comment up here. I'll just click it. There we go. Yeah. See how far you come. I appreciate it, Sam. I'm just living life, just trucking along, just flapping my wings like a little baby bird, just winging it, just having fun doing it too. Anyways, yeah. So it's going to be a really really busy night on the Bryce Boudreaux Show tonight, folks. Let's see. We've got WrestleMania week is here. WrestleMania night 1 is Saturday, night 2 Sunday. I'll be watching both of them. Been watching a lot of WrestleMania content actually, and we're going to be talking about that here in a second. Eminence championship combat championship was this past weekend. I'll be talking about that and how my trip was, my return back to South Mississippi, and seeing some old friends. We'll be talking about that, and we'll talk about the future next week, where I'm heading to Houston for a big jiu-jitsu weekend. So let's get this thing kicked off, shall we? It's WrestleMania week, boys and girls. It's the week where everyone flocks to whatever major city that WrestleMania is in and loses their minds and spends all their money and goes to the show and goes to all the shows. No, who am I kidding? It's a lot of fun. It really is. It's one of the most memorable weekends of your entire life. I've been fortunate to be a part of 2 WrestleMania weeks, as a talent, and one as a fan. I guess you can say that. So, but the last WrestleMania that I went to was WrestleMania 38 in Dallas. And my God, it was such a fun week. And I tell you what, whenever WrestleMania is in town, it's like a big cash cow sucking up all the money. I mean, WrestleCon, all the other events, it's crazy because it's a complete takeover of everything. It truly is. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what's going to happen next year whenever WrestleMania comes back to New Orleans. It's going to be a madhouse. Already looking at what we're going to do with that, and might have some special plans and tricks up my sleeve with WrestleMania next year in New Orleans. But talking about WrestleMania this year and everything, look, I've been there, and unfortunately, I went as an announcer, and that's my job as an announcer. And here's the cold, hard, honest truth. And those out there that are listening that might be announcers too and are wondering, how come I didn't get booked for WrestleMania week? Well, a lot of promoters don't know who you are. They have their people. And half the time, there's already so much broadcast talent that's out there that's working for free. It's just like, why should I pay someone to come out there? So you're seeing a lot of that. And I was watching GCW and Triller's content for today, mainly Triller, Triller Fight TV, respected name in combat sports pay-per-views, especially professional wrestling. Watching Triller and watching the content that they were coming out with today from the Pearl Casino or Palms, whatever casino it is, and they were doing the hit by pitch. They were doing some of the stuff that was happening today at the Collective. I'm not going to mention any names because I really don't know any names, but my God, We're talking about some of the biggest independent wrestling events of the year. Some of the most memorable moments in independent wrestling is happening right now as we speak in Las Vegas, Nevada. And you've got some I don't know who the people are, and I want to be nice, but I don't know who these people are. I'm not speaking as a broadcaster, I'm speaking as a fan. Why would you have these, I don't know, people that seem like they are just like your shindy backyard wrestling announcer, someone's drunk uncle out there hosting a show that's being viewed by millions online? This isn't no backyard wrestling. We're talking about Triller. Triller, one of the most respected names in pay-per-views of combat sports, and you've got these crap drunk uncle broadcasters, announcers out there. Some of them did a great job or keeping the events together. But like what I noticed is just, it was like, okay, so anybody can work here? Like, wow. I sound terrible, but it was just hard to watch. Like during the entrances, which is a part that sets the stage of what you're about to see, I had to put my TV on mute. It was too much. Like there was these announcers, they were all like the same, and they were all like yelling in the mic, like, like, dude, why do you feel like you have to do that? Why? Are we? Did I just blow out my microphone? Anyway, why do you feel like you need to yell into it's every single person was like, or like yelling in the microphone, or the people that were doing commentary felt like they needed to swear constantly, or it was just like they had no idea what they were doing. And it was like, this is the best we've got. Like, this is the best we've got. Really, Triller? Triller, come on. Y'all are a respected pay-per-view company. Why are you settling for this? If I was running Triller, I would say, okay, who is going to be the face of our brand today? Because whether you like it or not, Triller is putting all this on out there in Vegas, with the WrestleCons and whatever wrestling convention events that they're doing. And it's just, they're like just letting someone's drunk uncle just hop the barricade and get on the microphone as the announcer. And I guess I can also say this as someone that's just kind of like, I mean, dude, hello. I mean, I'm over here. I didn't get a single DM from. No, I lie. I got somebody. One promotion reached out to me to go work Vegas. But I didn't want to go waste all my money to go fly out to Vegas, put myself up at a hotel, and go work for one promotion and not get paid just for exposure bucks. I just didn't feel like doing it this year. Next year will be a different story. WrestleMania's in my backyard in my freaking town, so you best believe I'm gonna be all up in there. But yeah, Sam, yeah, we're gonna be the we're gonna be the best we've got. Sam, I wish you would let me show your comment. Oh, whatever. I'll click it. There we go. Boom. Show. Yeah, we're trying. Isaiah Garza, what's up, brother? How we doing, Bryce? Yeah, man. I'm doing great, Isaiah. How are you, brother? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Just talking a little WrestleMania week going on in Vegas, and I'm currently talking about just the bad hiring of broadcasters that Triller has in Vegas. It's just mind blowing. This is what's representing Triller. Like, your investors, all these big money people are watching this, and this is what you're okay with. But then again, some people out there say, well, the wrestling is the star of the show. Well, it is, but goddamn, I mean, you watch UFC, you don't have someone's drunk uncle in that cage because the MMA is the. No, you have the best announcer in the world setting the stage, and Bruce Buffer. I mean, come on, y'all. So that's my gripe with Triller. And I mean, here's the deal. I'm not poo-pooing on Triller or Fight at all. I'm asking, what is the reason for settling? You're the best pay-per-view company out there for strictly combat sports. Why are you settling with this crap? Just knocked over my whole microphone. Why are you settling with this crap? You have some of the best broadcasters out there. Go out there. Reach out there. See what's available. Don't just settle for Joe Blow or Skippy Quippy or whatever, indie influencer or you know so that's what I have to say. I mean, it's really 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 sad. And like I was watching I don't want to say the match, but I was watching a match. I don't say who because it's going to be a dead giveaway of who the announcer was. But I was watching a match that literally was probably going to only happen one time. And the announcer, you couldn't understand a word he was saying because he was just yelling everything and screaming everything at the top of his lungs. And I'm like, way to go, Triller. This is the best we've got. Horrible. So, Triller, this is my challenge to you. Next year, Triller Fight TV, if you are still doing your the collective or the wrestling, you're filming wrestling for your thing for WrestleMania week, and you're wanting people to subscribe to all this. If you're gonna still do this next year for New Orleans, let's get some people that's gonna represent your company well. Let's not settle for some guy they found at a truck stop and said, "Yeah, that guy works as the announcer. That guy works as the face of our brand." Let's try a little bit. Come on, y'all. Come on, Triller. You're better than this, y'all. Y'all are better than this. By the way, if you're in New Orleans next year, if you plan on doing the same thing you're doing like you do every single year for WrestleMania and put everything on Triller Fight TV, you're going to go to the collective or whatever. I'm right here. I'm literally 2.5 hours away. You'll be in my city. So holler at your boy. Let's get this done. Mike Wexler, I'm talking to you. Huh? Not mentioning names. That's the president of Fight TV. Triller. He knows who I am. So whatever. Anyways, Casey is here. Casey, happy late birthday. Do you interest him? Extreme. Yep. I don't know. What is extreme? Give me some time soon. Why is this share your referral link on here? I don't want to share my referral link. I don't have no referral link. I'm sorry, y'all. I got technological difficulties. Okay, whatever was just shared in the comments on YouTube, I totally disregard that. Or on Facebook, I don't want that on there, and I'm not about sharing referral links to be a streamer. Yeah, Sam. My bad, dude. DM me sometime soon. I want to make a manager of you ring announcing. Oh yeah, dude. I'm down. Let's do it. Yeah. I don't know how you can make a miniature of me, but we can definitely make it happen. Eric Robertson, what's up, bro? I just announced your cousin the other week. How's Memphis if you're still up there or you're in Ohio or wherever you are? On the road, Bubba. When you knocked over your mic. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, well, I was just like Brock Lesnar did a while back on the Pat McAfee show. Yeah, top of the ninth. LSU still leading Alabama 11-5 baseball. Bama's got bases loaded. Eesh. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Let's see. I think this game is just about over. We'll see what the hell happens. Anything could happen in baseball. Anyways, but yeah, so that was my gripe about the wrestling and WrestleMania weekend and the collective and Fight TV Triller, broadcasters just ruining the vibe. It's like a video game character. I can make a 3D print of your likeness. Yeah, I'm down, Sam. I've had companies reach out to me to do that. And then they were like, yeah, man, this is what it's going to look like. I'm like, cool. Here's my address. Send it to me. And they're like, well, it costs $587,000. And I'm like, cool. Keep it. I don't want it. Like, whatever. It's like a while back. I had a guy that came up to me and he was like, hey, man, hope you don't mind, but we made a deck of cards. It's all wrestling people, and we've got you on the heart sevens or seven of hearts. And I'm like, that's awesome, dude. Cool. And he's like, yeah, it cost $38 for a deck. And I'm like, how much? At $38, I'm like, and you used my likeness? I said, I'm good. I said, go make your money, dude. But I don't want it. I mean, you should be giving this to me for free if you use my likeness without my permission, you know? What else? They had somebody did like a calendar or something a while back, and I think I was on it. The only thing I ever really gave my consent to be on, and it actually happened, I'll show you right now, was Wrestleville. Wrestleville Volume 2. That's the one with the blue in the middle. My good buddy Vinny Berry, author of these 4 great books, Lance by Chance, Wrestleville 1, Wrestleville 2, and Black Bart, your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. And on the back cover of Wrestleville Volume 2, boom, there's a young, handsome devil, Bryce Boudreaux, early in his announcing career. That's me. I got a whole chapter written about me. It's kind of cool. But that's one of the few things that I gave my consent to, and it actually worked. And the author of that book became a great friend. Well, Sam, that's very sweet of you, buddy. That's very sweet of you. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll talk more about it. I'm down, dude. I'm down. Let's get a miniature made of me. And if they're cool enough, maybe we could sell them. Ooh, mix them cha-ching. Or donate them. I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, that's what I have to say about the broadcast talent that they're using for. And I noticed I didn't mention anybody by name because it's not just one person; it's multiple people. It's almost everything I've seen. There's only one good announcer I've seen out there that's actually okay. I can put this on TV, you know. But come on, Triller, Mike Wexler, what are you doing? Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Let's get some. You know, people that know what they're doing out there. You don't hire the dishwasher to be your executive chef. So why would you hire a backyard wrestling announcer to be your broadcast lead face of your promotion for WrestleMania week? I don't know. Any whoosies. What's next? So speaking of WrestleMania week and the collective, did you guys hear about Minoru Suzuki versus Butterbean? Did you guys hear that Butterbean is wrestling now? Last time I checked, he was just starting to walk on his own. Like I watched the whole thing, him out of the wheelchair, him standing up, him walking, him throwing punches. Dude, Butterbean walked out. It was at the show they had tonight. I think Bloodsport just kicked off. But at the show they had tonight at the collective, the co-main event was Minoru Suzuki versus Butterbean in a I forget what they called it, but it was like one hell of a fight, and it was like 4 2-minute rounds with a 1-minute break in between each round. The announcer kind of butchered it, what the rules were. He could have just said 4 2-minute rounds, and like this is a a shoot fight, 4 2-minute rounds. But they were like, he was saying all kinds of crazy stuff. But Minoru Suzuki walks out, right? Huge pop, Kazani Marer. And then out comes Butterbean. And Butterbean walks out with the baddest dudes in the world. Rick Bassman, legend whenever it comes to teaching MMA guys how to wrestle and teaching wrestlers how to do MMA. Also, one of the founders of UPW in California. It's where John Cena, Samoa Joe, The Miz, Christopher Daniels all kind of got their start. Don, the Predator Fry, was also in Butterbean's corner. And it was really cool. Don Fry, a little bit older now, but one of the baddest dudes on planet Earth, walked out wearing a cowboy hat and smoking a cigar, managing Butterbean. It was really cool. And then we even got a Minoru Suzuki Don Fry face-off. Throwback to the Pancrase days. Very freaking cool. Oop, 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 oop. Out. LSU wins, baby. Go Tigers. Nice. That's how it's done. Tigers win. Tigers win. Final score from Alex Box Stadium. Tigers 11. Bammer Jammer 6. Tigers lead the series. Let's go. Good way to kick off this series. God bless. LSU needed this so bad. Desperately. Good. It's good to win in the SEC. Anyways, yeah. Damian St. Pierre brings up a great point. Butterbean destroyed Bart Gunn's career. Well, so no. Vince Russo destroyed Bart Gunn's career. That's what I have to say about that. I mean, but then again, Bart Gunn could have tried to knock Butterbean out, but they were so stupid. They were just so misinformed, of what to do with that brawl for all. They believe me. They mentioned if you drank every time they mentioned brawl for all during this match between Butterbean and Minoru Suzuki, you'd have a pretty good buzz because they mentioned that match like 13 freaking times. Bart Gunn and Butterbean, Damien St. Pierre, and the tournament destroyed Dr. Death's career. Yeah, yeah. It did. Uh, is that John Cena's dad? Hold up. I hate to cut this off, but I've got SEC Network on, and it's freaking the Paul Feinbaum show, and it's freaking John Cena's dad is on the Paul Feinbaum show. For what reason? I have no idea. Or at least it's a guy that looks just like his dad. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to watch this anymore. Whatever. Anyways, so yeah, what was I saying about all that? Yeah, Butterbean and Monroe. Oh no, yeah, Damon St. Pierre mentioned all that dealing with Brawl for All. Listen to JBL's podcast, went in depth about how it jacked up the whole thing was. Well, it was. It was extremely jacked up. It really was, and it was all Vince Russo. I mean, it was Vince Russo, and I mean that's whenever it screwed everything up and it messed everything up, and then that's whenever Vince was like, "It's just wrestling," and then Jim Cornette's like, "Wrestling is the most important thing in my goddamn life." Yeah. Um, Anyways, so yeah, I can talk all about that brawl for all. One of the few things Dark Side of the Ring actually did good in their tenure as a show was the Dark Side of the Ring episode. A lot of stuff they do is crap, but that was pretty good. Uh, anyway, yeah. So Butterbean and Minoru Suzuki face off in 4 2-minute rounds. Oh, the best part about all this, Dan the B7 was the special guest enforcer. White hair, white mustache, and all. He no longer colors his hair or mustache. He looks like Ted Turner. It's crazy seeing uh, Dan Severn looking like that nowadays. But yeah, so it was cool. It was cool. The match was fun to watch. I mean, it wasn't the greatest wrestling match of all time. It was striking only. So it's like Minoru would punch Butterbean, Butterbean would punch. They go back and forth, and then they went to the ground. And like whenever Butterbean took a bump, the whole crowd popped hard. And I don't know if it was just because they were just GCW smarks or if they were legitimately like proud of Butterbean, like, oh my God, Butterbean just took a freaking bump, and he did. And they went to the ground and they both did trading heel hooks and leg locks or whatever. And then the match spilled outside the ring. And then Dan Severn's like, it's a double count out, a double count out. Count them both out. And the announcer was like, according to the special guest enforcer, Dan Severn, and it's a double count out. And so it's looking like they're going to do a rematch. So I like it. And then you got to see the face off between Don Fry and Minoru Suzuki, a throwback to the Pancrase days. Really cool stuff. I was definitely entertained. I couldn't believe what the hell I was watching. I could not believe we were watching Butterbean. Freaking Butterbean. Um, and adjust my microphone. Butterbean and freaking Minoru Suzuki. So yeah, awesome stuff. So continuing on the conversation about WrestleMania week. What do we have here? WrestleMania. Huh? Let's see. I don't even know what the hell the matches are. That's the bad thing. I'm gonna watch both nights because I've been looking. I mean, it's WrestleMania, for God's sakes. Um, so it's now all confirmed that so they're doing the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal on Friday Night SmackDown again, which is stupid. I don't know what the point is. Why not do it as a pre-show like you used to do? You know, come on, man. Stupidly stupid. Anywho's, I don't get it. So I guess the match doesn't mean anything. The WrestleMania Women's Battle Royal doesn't mean anything anymore. So, anyways, but yeah. So night one, we got. Let's. Why is? Yeah, sorry. Green screen was acting weird. Strange. Everything is orange. Ugh. Now I'm having lighting issues. I apologize, everybody. What in the world? Never gave y'all no. I never told this thing to do this. So why is it doing it now? Okay, I hope I look pretty enough. I mean, I don't know. Now I'm having lighting issues, and now the green screen is getting melted into my face. Of course, this is the problems you have whenever you go live for whatever. Let's try this. Oh well, you have to live with it. I guess I won't go too close to the whatever. My bad, y'all. So yeah, so let's kick this mother trucker off. Let me see. LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, night one for the United States Championship. Um, I should have done this all early. Why is my face melting into the freaking thing, y'all? It's because of my phone. That's why. It's because of my phone. My phone is, I guess, showing a glow on my face to where it's reflecting on the camera, and my face is being melted within the green screen. Uh, broadcasting, LA Knight, Jacob Fatu. LA Knight's walking into Mania with the championship. LA Knight's going to retain. I've got LA Knight retaining. Up next, Jade Cargill and Naomi. Match that is spilled out on Twitter and now become a battle of just whatever. I think they need to put Uso on a pole and they fight for Uso. I'm turning into a reptilian. Jacob Pellegrin, yo. Yeah, well, I'm trying not to. Anyways, speaking of, I guess I got to pick a winner. Give me Jade Cargo. Jade Cargo needs all the wins she can get. So let me get Jade. Tiffany Stratton walking into Mania with the women's championship versus Charlotte Flair. Tale that's as old as time. Apparently, this one got out of hand the other night on SmackDown. I don't. This isn't the women's wrestling match that I'm looking forward to. So I'll take Charlotte because I don't know anything about this Tiffany Stratton. I've barely watched. Apparently, she's somebody that came out of NXT, and it was I really don't know much about Tiffany Stratton. Everybody seems to love her. God bless. I'm going old school. Charlotte Flair. Up next, Rey Mysterio and El Grande Americano, a character that has stirred up quite the controversy. He's a heel, but God forbid he does anything heelish. There was a big thing, like he was from the Gulf of America, which you're not supposed to like. He's a heel. But they had to change it to Mexico, which to me is even more heelish because he's Americano, whatever. So why is he from Mexico? That doesn't, to me, that's more heelish, but whatever. So that decided that. Rey Mysterio wins and unmasks El Grande Cappuccino, Coffee Americano, whatever, Espresso Americano. That's literally a Starbucks order. I think somebody did that on purpose. I'll take an El Grande Americano, light on the foam. Yeah, so I think he's going to get unmasked, and it will be Chizad Gazable underneath the Mizask. And Rey Mysterio Jr. gonna celebrate with the El Mask. Up next, tag team championship. They threw in a tag team match last minute. New Day, who were healing it up, versus the War Raiders, Eric and Ivar, who are the champions. I didn't even know that. Shout out Ray Rowe, man. I didn't even know they were the champions. Let me get Ray Rowe. Let me get the War Raiders. Shout out. Let's go. I'll take War Raiders. What do we got next? Oh yeah, Gunther and Jey Uso for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther's gonna retain. Jay is just so over. He doesn't need a belt. It'd be cool if he won it, but I think Gunther's going to retain just to prove how great of a wrestler he is and just how better he is than everyone else. And so that'll be a lot of fun. Let me get Gunther, and Gunther takes on all comers. Up next, Roman Reigns, the main event apparently of night one. Roman Reigns, CM Punk with Paul Heyman. That's very important in the story. And Seth freaking Rollins. This has been an interesting story. I like it. I like the story. I was kind of lost for a little while of exactly what are we trying to do here with you owe me a favor and CM Punk and Roman Reigns and whatever. Roman Reigns such a great actor. Just totally blowing off Paul Heyman. Like, I don't need you, walking right past him, and Roman's trying to be like the puppy dog, just trying to get his trying to please Roman, big dog, but Roman's like, I ain't got no time for this. Want to know what the hell's going on here. I love the story. I think Rollins sneaks a win here, and then it sets up Roman and Punk in a rematch. Winner gets custody of Paul Heyman. I guarantee that's what the hell's going to happen. There's a lot of triple threat matches on this damn thing, don't you think? I think so. Seth Rollins gets his win. Main event of WrestleMania night one. Sneaks a win, and we'll see the rematch between Roman and CM Punk. What do you think about all these matches, folks? What's your what in the world is that? I think we got a spammer, folks. Uh-oh. Looks like we've got a spammer. How are you? Helen Scott? What are you, a lizard wearing a mask? Don't come over here flirting with my people. What the hell's the matter with you, Helen Scott? Oh, now she's got everybody. Oh, wow. Are you going to at me next, Helen Scott? Helen Scott is a lizard wearing a mask, trying to take your soul. Going to suck your soul out of your face. Get out of here. Get out of here. Shoo. Get out of here, you spammer. Get out of here. Where are you running this account from? Somalia? Get. What do you want from us? Get out of here. We're trying to do WrestleMania predictions here. Now we got Helen Scott, the lizard woman underneath a mask, trying to take your soul. Terrible. Or your bank account information, whatever the hell she's trying to take. Yeah, so Seth Rollins is going to steal that dub there and sets up the triple threat. So what do you guys think? who's winning WrestleMania? Let me know your predictions down in the comments. And screw this Helen Scott person. I don't even know who the hell this person is. This is a spammer. This is a spammer, is a lizard, is what she is. Up next, night 2. Let's kick this thing off. Braun Breaker walking into Mania as the Intercontinental Champion, a great Intercontinental Champion, versus Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. It seems like they're pushing Penta to the moon, but I think Balor deserves that IC title, man. Man, it's time for Balor to come back. We need Balor back in the forefront. I'm tired of Balor wearing pants with like a skirt or whatever the hell he wears. I want the old school Finn back, man. What happened to Finn Balor? He's like he just fell off. Bring back Balor, dude. Bring back Balor. This is Balor Club. So we'll see. Yeah, get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here, Ellen. What is Jacob Pellingren saying? Apparently she doesn't know the Python stepmom. She would think twice if she did. Yeah, really. Shout out Drake Pellingren. I know he's not here, but shout out Dirty Dom. Casey gives his prediction for Dominic Mysterio to win that match. Yeah, we'll see. I'm still waiting for Dominic and Ray. Man, that's a turkey. It's got to take a while for that turkey to cook. But whenever it's ready in that oven and it comes out, everybody's going to be wanting to see it. So that's what I've been looking forward to. I thought we would get it for this WrestleMania, like a tag team match or whatever. And Dom, it's going to happen sometime this year. It's going to be just like Dusty and Dustin in WCW, where Dusty's like, I signed up for a tag team match and I don't need a partner. I don't need a friend. I just need my little baby boy. And you can seal the deal with a hug and a kiss. That's the thing that Dustin and Dusty did in WCW. And then Cody took that at, was it Double or Nothing or All In or whatever? Yeah. So anyways, KC, I can't read it without monitor. Sorry, folks. It's late. I mean, hell, this monitor. You remember what I told you at Burton? We're getting it. Yeah. We eventually will, hopefully. We eventually will. Kurt Thomas Casper. What's up, dude? What's up, Kurt? Just friend. Bright orange socks. Well, I'm gonna flip it around. The theme is gonna be blue. So do I do blue or do I do flow grappling red? Ooh. I don't know. But those were actually that color of sock, Kurt, was actually my Tennessee tangerines or Delaware dreamsicles is what I like to call them. You know. So yeah, everybody, Kurt's referencing my sock attire that I was wearing the other night at Elevate Sub Series. North Carolina blue or Duke blue? It's a good point. You will find out whenever I take off my shoes on that mat and I walk out there and I'll say, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a little fun, get comfortable, everybody. I want you to take your shoes off, make yourselves right at home. We got some jujitsu for you coming up right here on flowgrappling.com. So yeah, Balor wins IC title. Braun Breaker moves up and will challenge somebody else in the future. Up next, Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre, Sin City Street Fight. This got out of hand today, apparently at not WrestleCon, at WWE World. Damian Priest and the Drew McIntyre, the Sin City Street fight. It's going to be hilarious. I don't know what the hell they're going to do, but it's going to be goofy. They're going to have a poker table. Someone's going through a damn poker table. I want to see the cattle prod get used. I mean, let's bring the cattle prod back from the movie Casino. Those who know. I predict that they're going to go to a poker table and start playing, and then Drew McIntyre is going to get accused of cheating. They're going to take him to a room and they're going to threaten to cut off his hand with a skill saw. They're going to bash his hand with a hammer, hit him with that cattle prod. I'm totally speaking Greek. Those who don't know, I'm literally quoting the movie Casino. We're going to have some casino references. We have to. For God's sakes, I'm worried about this. The marketing of Vegas, it can't just be a regular WrestleMania. You have to go whole hog on the Vegas, Viva Las Vegas, and LED, the lights, and the Elvis, and the roll the dice and the poker chips. We got to go all with that. You got to, big time. So we'll see what the hell happens. That's what I'm looking forward to. I don't know who the hell's going to win that. Drew, poor guy, has been just getting the disrespect button constantly. But it's going to be a good match. Two guys that are about the same height. They're huge human beings. Looking forward to it. AJ Styles, Logan Paul. That could be one of the best matches of the night. Pure athleticism on both sides. Let me get AJ. AJ's going to win that one. AJ needs this W. Get AJ back into the title scene, and hell, could we see AJ versus Cena one last time? One of the greatest matches WWE ever produced was Cena and AJ Styles. Could we see that match again? Maybe. AJ Styles, John Cena, maybe in the future. So AJ Styles, I think, is going to defeat Logan Paul. Tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Liv Morgan, Raquel Gonzalez versus Bayley and Lara Valkyria. Don't know anything about half the people. I don't know anything about Leia. I don't even know who the hell that is. I think she's Irish. Just goes to show you how disconnected I am. I don't know. Just for shits and giggles, let's go with Laredo, Texas's own Raquel Gonzalez. No, not Raquel Gonzalez. Raquel Rodriguez. And Liv Morgan winning this match. Another women's match. This match, I think, will take the cake and be probably the third best match of the entire WrestleMania weekend altogether. The triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. Io Sky versus Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley. I am looking forward to this one. It's been a while since I've looked forward to a women's wrestling match, especially at WrestleMania. To me, last year, the Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley match just was, this is going to be freaking awesome. Can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I think Bianca and Rhea are going to just keep trying to kill each other. And Io's going to steal that dub. Io's going to get that dub, walk out of WrestleMania with the belt, and we'll see. We'll see who goes and challenges for that belt in the future. This is one that I am still kind of puzzled on. What the hell do we do? Randy Orton versus TBA. Who is TBA? Don't know. Randy Orton was originally supposed to face Kevin Owens. I have a strange conspiracy that I think he is still going to be wrestling Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens will be wrestling Randy Orton. I seriously think that's going to happen. I think Kevin Owens is just pulling the greatest fib of all time. He's lying through his teeth. Maybe not. Maybe it's true. I don't know. But if not Kevin Owens, why not? You're in Vegas. So, I mean, it's 420. I mean, it's 420. Vegas. Who lives in Vegas? Who celebrates 420? Rob Van Dam. Give me RVD versus Randy Orton. Has this even ever happened before? I don't know. But come on, dude. How can RVD not be involved with the WrestleMania on 420? It's going to be freaking amazing. So give me Rob Van Dam WrestleMania on 420, dude. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. If it ain't RVD, then WWE pulls a swerve and signs Matt Riddle back to a contract, which makes it all the more interesting because KO Kevin Owens talks some poo poo on Matt Riddle on Chris Van Fleet's podcast. So we'll see what the hell happens. Last but certainly not least, the match that we're all looking forward to: Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship. Here we go. Getting a sippy sip, and it's time to talk about this match. Well, this is obviously what we're all looking forward to. And I'm going to tell you how it's going to go. There's going to be a part in this match where Cena is laid out and referee is laid out for some strange reason. Rock is there ringside. He just appears to help Cena, and Rock gets in there, and him and Travis Scott commence to beating the hell out of Cody Rhodes. And then whenever it's time for that referee to make that 3 count, and they try to get John Cena in the ring, it ain't working. Ref ain't waking up. So Rock and Travis Scott continuously beat the hell out of Cody. And then you hear that glass break. And out comes Stone Cold to a thunderous pop. He's got the 4-wheeler. He's back. And he just commences the Stone Cold Stunner and everybody in that ring. And it's great. And it's awesome. He starts chugging the beer, blah, 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 blah. And then John Cena gets in. And then for the first time, like, ever, you get John Cena facing off with Stone Cold. Oh my God. And Cena's facing off with Stone Cold. Stone Cold offers Cena the beer. And then Cena, takes the beer, throws it at Stone Cold. Cena hits Stone Cold with the AA. And then now you've got a lifeless Cody Rhodes. And something's going to happen there. And I believe that somehow, some way, Cena walks out of Mania with the title. And we get Cena walking away as the winner, and everybody goes home pissed off. And that's how WrestleMania ends. But we get the moment of moments. Stone Cold comes back, stuns The Rock. And it's kind of like they're both happy to see each other, and then he gives him that beer, and it's on, brother. So we'll see what the hell happens. I'm looking forward to it. WrestleMania Sunday, WrestleMania Saturday, I'll be watching. Lots of fun. What time we got? We're almost at an hour. Oh boy. Got to hurry up here. I was going to talk about WrestleMania moments for me. Fun fact. Let me see what I can show y'all. Yeah, this was a few years ago. This is whenever Dan Martinez and I went to WrestleMania 38. That was a lot of fun. Stone Cold and KO was in the main event there. Kind of cool. Kind of fun. This was also that same day, right before Mania got kicked off. That was me, Dan Martinez, and former Ring of Honor owner Kerry Silken. Really cool. Really cool. Now, this one right here is going to take an explanation. So, WrestleMania 30, right? There was a time-lapse camera in the plaza level of the Superdome. And I was at WrestleMania 30, and we sat right in front of the time-lapse camera. And there was a sign that said, "Active time-lapse, do not touch." And I remember there was a guy that worked for WWE. Whenever we sat down, he came out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, can you make sure no one touches this camera?" And I was like, "Are you giving me a job at WrestleMania?" And he's like, "Yes, I sure am." And I'm like, "Cool." So nobody touched the camera, but I always wondered, what would they do with time-lapse footage of WrestleMania? Well, then last year, watching the Bray Wyatt Becoming Immortal documentary, there it was. Time-lapse camera, WrestleMania 30. And I paused it, and there, the kid off to the right wearing the red, that would be me. Time-lapse camera, and that was my WrestleMania moment right there. Little me. Anywho, that's WrestleMania moments in my life. Uh, yeah. No, I don't want that in here. I don't know what the hell that is. So, anyways, hope we're all having fun tonight. I'm about to wrap things up. It was a fun weekend last week in Eminence Combat Championship, Eminence Fight Promotions, working for good brother Jimmy Mills, filling in for Lance Chandler Green. It was a fun weekend working in South Mississippi. Um, good fights all around. It was a long show. My God, it was long from 5 p.m. to like 11:30, but we got the show done. Here's a couple shots from the event at the old Jackson County Fairgrounds in Pascagoula. And no, to answer your question, the squirrel did not go berserk at the First Self Righteous Church. That squirrel stayed put in the shoebox. We didn't see him. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at Mississippi Squirrel Revival by Ray Stevens. Great song about a squirrel in Pascagoula. It's a true story. I mean, I keep talking about it. But yeah, it was a fun weekend. Great fights at Eminence and filling in. And maybe in the future, I'll swing back out there. Maybe one of the shows in Mobile. It was cool to go back to Pascagoula. It's been a minute. Didn't get a chance to stop by the Shed, legendary barbecue restaurant, but I got to. It was really cool. I was there sitting ringside next to promoter Jimmy Mills, and I hear people, Bryce, Bryce. They're yelling my name. I turn around. It's all of my people from Gulf Coast MMA. And it was really cool. Aaron Yoda Williams and there, just Yoda, Aaron Yoda was there. Aaron and his Yoda and his wife. I keep saying Yoda and his wife. They were there, and my old brother Jay Pomez, owner of Talon Management and Jay's Roofing. In a hurry, call Jay's Roofing. So it was cool seeing everybody. And then Jay and I always had an awesome friendship. We would always go out at the for the after parties after Gulf Coast MMA shows. It was always at the end of the night. It was always just me and him there. Everybody goes home, goes to bed. It was me and him. We're always drinking all night or hanging out. We would shut the town down together. That's what we would do. Everybody falls asleep. We were there, and that's what we did, bruh. That's what we did. Saturday night when we hung out in Biloxi at this mermaid bar. It was weird. We pulled up, and I'm like, Jay, this is a mermaid bar. And he's like, yeah, it's great. It's great. It's fun. I'm like, yeah, but like, what are the mermaids? I just wanted to make sure I knew what the hell was going on before we went in. I didn't want to walk in surprised, like, oh, they got mermaids. It's great. You got to love it. We walk in, and sure enough, it says live mermaids. You look, and on the bar is a girl dressed as a mermaid wearing the tail and everything. And she was cool. We would talk to her about being a mermaid, and she's like, yeah, you can't really go anywhere. I'm stuck here on this bar flipping my flipper. And whenever you would tip her, she'd give you a shot of ocean water, and it was like some kind of blue coconut rum. But then it was interesting. She would text somebody whenever she needed a break, and in comes the big swole bouncer and would pick her up off the bar, put her in his hands, and walk her to the break area. And then you would see her walking around wearing like a ball cap and a big t-shirt, like unrecognizable. I'm like, that's the mermaid. And yeah, so it was cool. Mermaid bar. Never been to one. First time ever. So it was a lot of fun. Of course, hanging out with good brother Jay Pomez and fun stuff. Stayed at a hotel, and I won't reveal what the hotel brand was, but for the first time in my life, people call me Bryce. They call me Bruce. I've been called Bruce thousands of times in my life. Apparently a Y is very hard to see, so they call me Bruce instead. Dealt with this my whole freaking life. For the first time in my entire life, I was called Brive. 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 And even whenever I walked up to the front desk to check in, the lady said, I don't see your name. And I'm like, it's Bryce. It's Bryce. And she's like, we got Brive. And I'm like, who is Brive? And they checked the last name. I'm like, yeah, that's you. We just misspelled your name. Brive. What? Terrible. I don't have a hard name to spell like Xavier or Stephanos or Ezekiel or Zach. with a CK, not a CH. Unreal. Anyways, now it's time for the look ahead as we look into next week. Massive, massive, massive news next weekend. It will be officially announced tonight. I will be the voice and host of CSG Grappling live in downtown Houston. CSG Grappling, good brother Tom Galdinzi bringing me into Bad Astronaut Brewery. Very cool theme there. Looking forward to being the announcer. Of course, it's a big grappling super fight weekend in Houston next week, and just a pleasure to be a part of it all. And so it's going to be a lot of fun working with good brother Tom Galdinzi, and we're going to have a great time. There you go. There's another graphic for the show. Here is the official graphic for the event. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. They're going to have team grappling. I've seen team grappling, but not 3-on-3. So it will be a lot of fun. Looking forward to being a part of it. And yeah, we're going to have a blast. And then Sunday afternoon, Elevate Submission Series live on Flow Grappling. Making my debut on Flow Grappling. Man, I'm looking forward to this, y'all. This is going to be a lot of fun. You know, I never thought Flow Grappling was a possibility. The largest grappling specific pay-per-view provider out there. You know, you want to be somebody in the grappling world, you got to be on Flow Grappling, and it's time. You know, Elevate Submission Series has been putting out some really good sub-only events, and it's time we get noticed. Flow Grappling is going to be kicking things off with us. So, going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Jacob Pellegrin, AGF kicking off AGF this weekend in New Orleans. Yeah, you know, I reached out to AGF and they were just like, "Yeah, we don't need you." So that's that. They got like a pit they're going to be doing grappling in, which I thought was a really cool concept. But whatever, they don't want me a part of it. I'd love to see it though if they film it. So yeah, back to Elevate on Flow Grappling. Looking forward to it this Sunday afternoon in Spring, a little bit north of Houston. Ooh, I got something that I might want to show y'all. Should I save it or nah? I can't resist. I got a surprise for y'all. Here we go. Here we go. Just got this from the printers the other day. Boom. Here we go. Brand new Elevate Submission Series face cards with the Flow Grappling logo at the bottom. So those of you that don't know, whenever I always hold a face card in front of my index cards. And so this is it. Behind the scenes, just got these in the other day, and they are freaking fantastic. They really are. Thick, doesn't hold a crease. That Flow Grappling logo pops with a little red F. Beautiful. So does the Elevate Submission Series logo. It pops too. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And it's about time to call it quits for tonight. It's been a action-packed, busy night, talking about everything under the sun. Again, going to be paying attention to everything WrestleMania. Are you watching WrestleMania this weekend? Let me know. What are you looking forward to? I mean, hell, you know, talk about it, folks. It's a free country. Anyways, let me see what else we got here before we get out of here. Haven't done it yet, follow me all across social media, Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to YouTube. And if I have enough subscribers or followers on X, then I'll jump on X and start posting content. But I don't really care about going on X. It's just whatever. So it is what it is, folks. Folks, I'm gonna get the hell out of here. It's been a very long day. It's almost midnight. It's time to call it quits. So, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody here at the Bryce Boudreaux Show, which is only one person, it's me. Wishing you a great weekend. And of course, another shout out, thank you, and my condolences to the Moore family. the family of Rob Moore, Miss Tanya Martin Moore. Thank you, Rob. Everything, all the advice you ever gave me, and taking the time to uh, tame a young wild ring announcer in me. And thank you, Rob Moore. Hope you're listening to. Hope you're front row at a Colin Ray concert right now, man, and you're calling WrestleMania 3 up there at the great Pontiac Silverdome in the sky. Or knowing Rob Moore, he's up there at the Sportatorium and he's calling David Von Erich and Kevin Von Erich, Kerry Von Erich right now, knowing Rob. And then afterwards, he's going to go watch Colin Ray. I just know it. Shout out Rob Moore. Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the advice you gave me. And again, thank you. Love you, Rob. And my condolences again to the Moore family. Tonight's episode was dedicated to Rob Moore. Those of you who don't know, passed away earlier this week. He was a great friend and mentor. So, everybody here at the Bryce Boudreaux Show, thank you all for watching. This has been the Bryce Boudreaux Show because my name is Bryce Boudreaux, and this is my show.